Hi everyone, it's your favourite Atomic Blonde here with my Pop Chat special, section 31. Well, so it's here, it's arrived, section 31, apologies. It's like every time I come on a stream lately, I've not been well or I'm not well. As you can hear, I've got a cold, I can't believe it. Welcome to January. I think I just partied too hard for my 50th, which is a good thing. I had a cracking time with my best friends and my family there. It's absolutely amazing. And that was really last weekend. And Tuesday, I think I started coming down with something. Wednesday, it was just knocked out the park. And then but anyway, given I've not been feeling that great, unfortunately, that gave me the opportunity to watch section 31. The latest offering from Kurtzman Trek. Yay! This show is so frustrating to review. I can't tell you. Okay, so within the first, I'd say 10 minutes, they've managed to rip off, in my humble opinion, and let me know if you agree in the comments, as always, Hunger Games, Fifth Element, Doctor Who, and a splattering of Valerian, if anybody ever saw that film, because it's quite bad. Within 10 minutes. You're just sitting there going, what? The big bad behind it all is so obvious. It just slaps you in the face as soon as this guy turns up. Well, it's him, isn't it? Obviously. So anyway, the premise of all of this is obviously Georgiou, played by the amazing Michelle Yeoh, Michelle Yeoh, and look, she's fine in this, right? It's camp, it's how they've written the character. Again, right. So Georgiou, we know, went off, joined Section 31, which is this super secret arm of Starfleet that nobody knows about. It only came about in DS9. It's like so secret, they don't wear badges, they don't advertise, which was kind of completely lost on New Trek. So anyway, she went off, and at the opening of this, they lost contact with her after a couple of years or something, and killed Surprise. She went off to do her own thing. Then we find her on some outpost, as running this cabaret club bar thing, doing all sort of shady deals and whatnot. And the Section 31 team turn up to basically recruit her. Well, they found her, but to recruit her for another mission. She clocks onto them straight away. She ends up going, yeah, I agree, because she's bored. She wants some action, because she's a homicidal maniac or genocidal maniac. And they have to get this package. When they go to get the package, another guy in a suit turns up, and it's like, who's the guy in the suit? Who's the guy in the suit? And as I said, from the opening of the show, it's really obvious who the guy in the suit is. I mean, you might as well just hit you around the head with it. And prior to this, so she meets the crew. So you basically got the heading up the crew is Amari Hardwick or Amar. I don't know if it's a silent I. It's either Amari or Amar Hardwick, who's Sahar in this. He is absolutely brilliant in Silo. He's a good actor. Cannot recommend him enough in Silo. It's a bit like all these actors, what are you doing in this? And right at the beginning, it's actually a really frustrating thing to review, because actually the chemistry between him and Michelle Yeoh is really good. I like them as a partnership, double act, whatever you want to call it. And it worked really well on that kind of level. You kind of believed it. They brought into him that he was old. He's like 350 years old. He's like part of the eugenics war, and you kind of go, oh, here we go again. But luckily, they didn't tie him into Khan. They tied him into another one of the tyrants. But it's from the eugenics war, so he's sort of superhuman. He's like super soldier, serum dude. And the team reporting to him, and obviously we've got Rachel Garrett, who is a legendary character from one of the best episodes of TNG ever. Yesterday's Enterprise, and so she went on to be this great captain. So putting her in this is just another kind of roll your eyes and jingle jingle. Look, we have watched Star Trek, jingle jingle, like whatever. And then you got Sam Richardson, who again, good actor. And from another Apple show, actually, The After Party, season 1 was really good. He's like quite a comedy actor, who's Quasar, who's the same species as Iman was in The Undiscovered Country. So again, jangle, jangle, jangle. So we've got this really massively cringe scene where Giorgio is introduced to the whole crew, and there's all like just so many modern references, and everybody's hurting everybody's fifis because I identify as this and you called me that, and I don't appreciate being called this, and how dare you do that. And you've got this guy who's actually a British actor who's been EastEnders, and he recognizes as a mechanoid. I mean, you all know what, I wouldn't even say an allegory. It was just like, just come and slap you in the face with I identify as this, and how dare you call me that. It's absolutely cringe. So you're supposed to have this like, let's be like, 007 super spy professional outfit. They're the coldest of the cold. They're slightly all psychopathic. This is section 31. And they're all standing there going, oh, you hurt my feelings because I identify as this, and how dare you call me that. You're like, what right. So this is like sort of 15 minutes in, and I'm already like, I've drifted at this point, right? And I started looking on my phone, doing some other things. And then after a while I went, oh, I was supposed to be reviewing this. So then I had to rewind it and then go back and then carry on watching it again. So then we get to the scene and they act out. They had a plan. Georgia goes, no, I've got a better plan. They go to get this weapon or this package. I don't know what it is. Then this dude turns up, seals the package. And to be fair, I will give credit where credit's due. There's a fight scene between Giorgio and this interceptor, whatever you want to call them, in a suit. Can't see their face, but it's really obvious who it is. And there's some quite good fight choreography in there. They lean into her heritage, her skills, and there's she's got this big cape thing on, and it's wrapping the cape around like you see in a lot of Chinese films or Hong Kong films where they fight with like towels or like sheets and whatnot. So there's some good choreography in there, and it would be stupid not to use Michelle Yeoh in that way. So that was quite cool. That was okay. But then there's a scene where he shoots one of the Section 31 guys, and she disintegrates. And it comes back to Michelle Yeoh's character, Giorgio, and then they just carry on fighting. It's like, well, if you've got a phaser and you just killed her, why wouldn't you just shoot Giorgio? Why would you carry on fighting her and losing? So anyway, this sort of goes on. He manages to get the package and disappears. But before he goes, he opens the box and she realizes what it is. And it's the ultimate weapon she created in the Terran universe. So this guy potentially comes from the Terran universe or has been there. And how's it got here? And then it kind of goes on to say, it's a bit like a whodunit in space. It's then they kind of figure out there must be a mole on board, and then who's the mole? And there's like, oh, it's this person, that person. No, it's not them. And so they ultimately find out who the mole is. Oh, by the way, we now have Irish Vulcans for whatever reason. Fine, but Vulcan, but not a Vulcan. It's like this sort of taken for Doctor Who. You got this like the Vulcan is like a mechanoid like we had in Doctor Who, and there's like a creature inside it, or running it. But for whatever reason, this Vulcan's Irish. Fine, whatever. Yeah, so that it was just kind of a bit daft. Yeah, I mean, it's like So it goes along, they kind of figure it out. It then transpires that there's a permanent opening to the Terran universe somehow now, and it opens every 4 hours. So they have to go, right, we have to like destroy this opening, and it all culminates into the most ridiculous bit of storyline ever. And they were hinting at this in Discovery anyway. So you got Georgiou, who's the Empress of the Terran Empire, who murdered her own family. You know, has created devastation across the galaxies. She's one cold mofo. But apparently, after spending like 5 minutes in our universe, she feels a bit sorry for what she did, and maybe she's, maybe she should have a conscience now. I mean, generally, genocidal maniacs don't stop being genocidal maniacs. There's a reason why, like, serial killers go to prison for life, or in other countries go on death row, because they don't go into prison for a bit, go, hey, actually, I've reflected on what I've done, and I think, oh, maybe I've done the wrong thing. Can I go back out into society and I'll be a good person now? It doesn't work like this, right? So you've got this complete genocidal maniac who now suddenly had a little bit of a conscience because she spent 5 minutes in our universe looking at Starfleet going, oh, maybe I made the wrong decisions. It's absolute nonsense. So again, we've got this a woman can't be evil for the sake of being evil. She has to have this redemption arc. And she did start out being a good person, and it wasn't her fault she ended up being a genocidal maniac. She just tried to do it to improve her circumstances. It's absolute BS. It just makes you want to hurl. And I was like, ugh. So anyway, her big redemption thing is they finally get the it's called the Godsend, this ultimate weapon, which gets dropped on the floor, and apparently just dropping it on the floor is what starts the countdown, which, is kind of dangerous, a little bit clumsy. Oops, I just blew up the whole world. But it needs her genetic signature for the final authorization. Her and genetics guy, who's obviously done bad things in the past, being genetics, are on the ship, and they're going to fly it into the sort of portal that leads to the Terran universe and blow it all up so they can't come across and destroy our or the whatever universe Star Trek Discovery is set in now. I don't know. It's not Prime, whatever it is. Kelvin universe, I think it is. Can't come into the Kelvin universe. Whatever. So they're both there. They're going to sacrifice themselves because they've been bad people, and this is their redemption. And then you've got the two doofuses, you've got Rachel and Quasar on this ship trying to transport them on, and the bomb goes off. Looks like they didn't transport them off on time. And oh, lo and behold, they transported them off on time, even though Georgiou's holding the bomb. So somehow the transporter knew to transport them and not the bomb. Because I don't think transporters work that way. Generally, whatever you're holding, when you're transported, you're still holding it. Or they're trying to say, miraculously, the bomb exploded, and at that moment it exploded, they managed to transport them off at that point that she's technically not holding it. It's complete nonsense, as usual. Nothing to do with science, nothing to do with Star Trek. You're just like, well, that's just stupid, isn't it? And then it kind of ends up with them being a whole new team, and oh, hey, yeah, we'll go on to have more adventures together. Yay! I'm pretty sure they're not going to pay Michelle Yeoh $12 million to do another hour and a half. Good on you, Michelle. But yeah, I mean, the reason this is so frustrating is, like I say, there's some good action points. If it wasn't Star Trek, I'd say it's all right. You can watch it. It's kind of like a whodunit in space, fine, whatever. And I think if they actually put it on Paramount as a completely standalone, nothing to do with Star Trek, it would probably do better. The problem is they tie it into Star Trek, and it's got nothing to do with Star Trek. Nobody's written like Star Trek. And it's just, as usual, dumbed down stupidness. And then when you look at who wrote this, he's this guy called Craig Sweeney. So it actually wasn't Kurtzman. Or he was an executive producer, because maybe that's as far as they let him get close to shit now. I don't know. But it doesn't seem to improve the quality. They've written on Elementary, which shows on this, the Sherlock Holmes thing. He was also wrote for Medium back in the day, and the 4400, which was quite good, actually. That's the only sort of sci-fi thing he's got. So yeah, I mean, it completely shows. It is completely like an episode of Elementary in space. We've got this mystery. How do we solve it? And Sherlock, it's Holmes and Watson made it out at the end. That's pretty much what it is. So And it's like, you know, and that's why it's so frustrating. It's just like there's a chink of something good in there with Michelle Yeoh and say Amir or Amiri, because they're both really good actors, and the chemistry there's something there that you could spin into a great show. But this stupid redemption arc that all of a sudden this genocidal nutter has gone, oh, I've made some wrong choices and I'll help the Federation out to you know, redeem myself. And she's even crying at the end of it. You're like, what the is, because she's a woman? And just do one, Kurtzman check. So overall, not a big shocker. It's not Star Trek, nowhere close to being Star Trek. It's just another nail in the coffin of Star Trek, the IP. I think you could go and watch this as a complete normie, and you'd probably actually enjoy it. I think you would if you didn't equate it to Star Trek, and you just sat down and went, oh, Section 31, what's that? You'd probably enjoy it. Like I say, it's like an episode in Elementary in space. That's what it is. So it might do quite well, I think, because I think it is completely normal, completely watchable for normies. It's cold, so headache pills and too much medicinal. Yeah, it's completely watchable for normies. It's all right. Not away from Star Trek. It's not terrible. It's watchable. It's fine. As Star Trek, it's not Star Trek. It's insulting. It's stupid. Again, the science, the transporters, and bringing in the potential of her character. I mean, it'd be far more interesting, right, if she was unredeemable and she was, you know, how would Starfleet cope with having a genocidal maniac? Because it goes against everything Star Trek is to kill her, or there's some sort of death row. What would Starfleet do with someone like that? Well, they've got someone like that running around. That's the interesting story, right? Not, oh, I've developed some fee-fees because I've been here 5 minutes and I was with Michael Burnham and she showed me the error of my ways. Please do me a favor. So that's it. There's really not much else I can say. Fine if you're not a Star Trek fan. You'll hate it if you're a Star Trek fan, I think. But as always, let me know your comments. Love to know what you think. Yeah, I'm just a bit of a loss for words. I mean, what we've got to look forward to is Star Trek Safe Space. Yeah, Starfleet space safe space. Yay. Skydance, please take this franchise away from this man. That's it. That's all I can say in my slightly not well addled state. I thought even being slightly a little bit like not on par watching it might not be quite so painful to watch, but yeah, it's not great. Well, it's just not Star Trek. That's what you can say. It's just not Star Trek. Watch it thinking it's not Star Trek. You go, it's all right. Elementary in space. So let me know. And as always, peeps, please do like, share, and subscribe. Leave me some thoughts in the comments. Does Skydance just need to bin Star Trek? Or try and get Terry Matalas back, or some decent sci-fi writers? Let me know. And I will be back soon with some more reviews. Hopefully this cold will be gone, but I do have a review to do with this cold. Better Man, the Robbie Williams documentary. So look out for that one. And I will be back soon, hopefully cold free. So you take care now. Bye-bye.